Have you ever wondered how your daily choices affect the planet? Every small action you take shapes the future of our Earth. Imagine waking up to a world without clean air or water. That future feels distant, yet it is approaching faster than expected. Sustainability begins with understanding your role in environmental preservation. Most people underestimate how powerful their everyday habits truly are. Even brushing teeth wastes water when left running unnecessarily. This simple act alone impacts global water conservation efforts significantly. What if changing habits could save entire ecosystems from collapse? The truth is, your lifestyle decisions matter more than you think. Every plastic bottle discarded contributes to long-term environmental damage. Cities around the world are struggling with growing waste problems. Yet solutions exist within reach of every single individual today. Living sustainably does not require drastic or expensive lifestyle changes. It begins with awareness and consistent, mindful daily actions. Think about how often you use disposable items without hesitation. These small conveniences accumulate into massive environmental consequences over time. Now, imagine replacing them with reusable and eco-friendly alternatives. That single shift can drastically reduce your environmental footprint immediately. Many people believe sustainability is complicated and overwhelming to start. However, simple steps can create powerful and lasting environmental impact. The journey towards sustainability begins right where you are now. Your home is the first place where meaningful change can start. Even switching off unused lights reduces unnecessary energy consumption daily. Energy conservation is one of the easiest sustainability practices available, yet most people ignore these simple opportunities to make difference. Have you noticed how much food gets wasted in households? Food waste contributes significantly to global greenhouse gas emissions today. Planning meals carefully can reduce this waste dramatically over time. Sustainable living is about conscious choices repeated consistently every day. Each decision you make either helps or harms the environment. There is no neutral action when it comes to sustainability impact. Even transportation habits play a major role in environmental health. Choosing walking or cycling reduces carbon emissions significantly over time. Small shifts in behavior create massive collective environmental transformation globally. Many people underestimate the power of individual responsibility in sustainability, but history shows collective small actions create enormous global change. Recycling properly is another simple yet highly effective sustainability practice. Unfortunately, improper recycling reduces its effectiveness in many communities worldwide. Education about sustainability is still lacking in many regions today. That is why awareness plays such a critical role globally. The more you learn, the better your decisions become daily. Sustainable living is not about perfection, but consistent improvement. Every effort counts, no matter how small it may seem. Imagine millions of people making slightly better choices every day. The environmental impact would be transformative beyond current expectations. Nature responds positively when humans reduce harmful environmental behaviors. Cleaner rivers, healthier forests, and better air become possible outcomes. The responsibility lies equally with individuals and communities worldwide. Governments alone cannot solve environmental challenges without public cooperation. Your participation is essential in creating long-term sustainable change. Even reducing electricity use at home supports environmental preservation efforts. Renewable energy adoption is growing, but still requires public support. Every sustainable action you take inspires others around you silently. Influence spreads faster when people observe positive environmental behavior. Social change often begins with individual example and consistency. You have more influence than you realize in your daily life. Sustainable habits also improve your personal health and well-being. Cleaner environments lead to healthier lifestyles for everyone involved. Reducing waste also reduces unnecessary financial spending over time. Sustainability benefits both the planet and your personal life. This balance makes it one of the most powerful lifestyle shifts. Understanding this connection is the first step toward transformation. Many people never realize how interconnected their actions truly are. Everything you consume has an environmental cost attached to it. Awareness of this cost changes how you approach consumption choices. Sustainable living starts with questioning everyday convenience-driven decisions. That questioning leads to more mindful and responsible habits. Even water usage habits reflect your environmental responsibility level. Now, let's step into real-life sustainability challenges people face daily. Most individuals want to live greener lives but feel overwhelmed. They believe sustainability requires money, time, or complex planning. However, real-life examples prove the opposite is actually true. Take a simple morning routine as an example of impact. Many people start their day with unnecessary energy waste. Leaving lights on in empty rooms is extremely common everywhere. This habit silently increases electricity consumption every single day. One family decided to change this simple behavior completely. They began switching off lights whenever leaving a room. Within months, their electricity bill noticeably decreased significantly. This small action also reduced their environmental footprint considerably. Another common issue is excessive plastic use during shopping trips. Many people still rely on single-use plastic bags daily. A young student decided to carry reusable bags everywhere. At first, it felt inconvenient and slightly awkward socially, but soon it became a natural and effortless habit. Over time, she prevented hundreds of plastic bags from waste. That simple change inspired her friends to follow the same habit. Sustainability often spreads through observation and personal influence naturally. Food waste is another major issue in households worldwide. Families often buy more food than they actually consume. This leads to unnecessary waste ending up in landfills. One household started planning weekly meals carefully in advance. They also stored food more efficiently and consciously. As a result, their food waste dropped dramatically within weeks. They also saved money and reduced grocery expenses significantly. Transportation habits also play a major environmental role daily. Many people rely on cars, even for very short distances. A group of coworkers started walking together to nearby offices. This simple decision reduced fuel consumption and emissions greatly. They also noticed improved physical health and daily energy levels. Sustainability often brings unexpected personal benefits alongside environmental impact. Even water usage habits matter more than most people realize. Leaving taps running while brushing wastes gallons of clean water. A school teacher began educating students about water conservation daily. Students started practicing mindful water usage at home immediately. Their families also gradually adopted similar conservation habits naturally. These changes created a ripple effect throughout the community. Recycling is another area where real-life mistakes often occur. Many people mix recyclable and non-recyclable waste incorrectly. A small neighborhood launched a proper recycling awareness program. Residents learned how to separate waste correctly and efficiently. Within months, recycling rates increased significantly in the area. The environment visibly improved with cleaner surroundings everywhere. Energy consumption at home is another major sustainability factor. One family replaced traditional bulbs with energy-efficient LED lighting. This simple upgrade reduced their electricity usage immediately. They also noticed reduced heat generation inside their home. Sustainability does not require sacrificing comfort or lifestyle quality. It simply requires smarter choices in everyday situations consistently. Even shopping habits influence environmental health more than expected. People often buy products with excessive unnecessary packaging. A conscious shopper began choosing minimal packaging products instead. This reduced their waste output significantly over time. Small changes in consumption habits create long-term environmental benefits. Even digital habits contribute to energy consumption indirectly today. Streaming videos excessively increases server energy demand globally. One user started reducing unnecessary streaming time daily. They became more mindful of digital consumption patterns overall. Sustainability is deeply connected to awareness in every activity. Real-life examples show that change is always possible. People often underestimate how quickly habits can transform. Once awareness grows, behavior naturally begins to shift positively. Communities become stronger when individuals adopt sustainable practices together. Shared responsibility creates stronger environmental outcomes over time. Even workplaces can adopt greener practices easily today. Offices that reduce paper usage save trees and resources. Digital documentation replaces unnecessary printing in many organizations now. Employees also become more conscious of their environmental role. Schools teaching sustainability create long-term generational impact effectively. Children grow up understanding environmental responsibility from early age. This builds a stronger foundation for future sustainable societies. Real-life stories prove sustainability is practical and achievable. Now, here comes the truth. Most people never realize about sustainability. It is not just about saving the environment alone, it is about redefining how humans live in modern society. The real challenge is not knowledge, but consistent behavior change. Many people already know what is right for the planet, yet they still struggle to apply it daily in life. The hidden reason is comfort often outweighs responsibility subconsciously. Humans naturally choose convenience even when better options exist. This psychological pattern shapes most unsustainable behaviors globally today. But here's the surprising twist nobody talks about enough. Sustainability is actually easier than unsustainable living long term. At first, this idea sounds completely opposite and strange. However, deeper reflection reveals its surprising truth very clearly. Wasteful habits always require repeated effort and constant expense. Sustainable habits, once built, simplify life dramatically over time. Think about reusable items replacing constantly repurchased disposable ones. That alone reduces stress, cost, and environmental damage together. Another overlooked truth is how sustainability improves mental clarity. Cluttered environments often create mental stress and emotional fatigue. Minimal and mindful living brings unexpected peace and focus. Many people report feeling calmer after reducing unnecessary consumption. This shows sustainability impacts both mind and environment equally. Another hidden insight involves social influence and human behavior. People copy habits they observe in others around them. This means one sustainable person can influence entire communities. The impact spreads silently without formal campaigns or enforcement. Even small actions become powerful signals for others watching. This creates a chain reaction of environmental awareness growth. Now, here is a deeper shift in perspective worth understanding. Sustainability is not about restriction, but intelligent optimization. It is about getting more value from fewer resources. This mindset transforms how people view everyday decisions completely. Instead of sacrifice, it becomes smart efficiency and balance. Another surprising truth is that nature responds quickly to change. When pollution decreases, ecosystems begin recovering faster than expected. Rivers can become cleaner within surprisingly short time periods. Air quality improves noticeably when emissions are reduced locally. This proves environmental healing is possible within human lifetime. Many people assume damage is irreversible, but that is false. Nature has strong regenerative power when given opportunity. Another twist involves technology and sustainability working together. Many believe technology causes environmental harm exclusively, but modern innovation is actually solving major environmental problems. Renewable energy is becoming more accessible every single year. Solar and wind power are rapidly replacing fossil fuels. This transition is reshaping global energy systems permanently. Yet technology alone cannot solve everything without human discipline. Behavior remains the most critical factor in sustainability success. Even the best tools fail without responsible usage. That is why personal responsibility matters more than innovation. Another important insight is economic benefit of sustainable living. Many people assume eco-friendly choices are always expensive. In reality, they often reduce long-term financial costs. Energy savings, reduced waste, and smarter consumption save money. Sustainability aligns financial well-being with environmental responsibility naturally. This dual benefit is often overlooked in discussions. Another surprising perspective is emotional satisfaction from sustainable living. People feel a sense of purpose when helping the planet. This emotional reward reinforces positive habits over time. It creates a cycle of motivation and consistency naturally. Sustainability also changes how people view ownership and consumption. Instead of collecting more things, they value experiences more. This shift reduces unnecessary material accumulation significantly. It leads to simpler and more meaningful lifestyles overall. The deeper truth is sustainability is transformation, not limitation. It reshapes identity, habits, and priorities gradually over time. People become more intentional in every decision they make. That intentionality improves life quality in unexpected ways. Even relationships improve when life becomes less cluttered. time becomes more available for meaningful human connections. Sustainability ultimately reconnects people with nature and themselves. It restores balance that modern life often disrupts. The twist is that saving the planet also saves you, and that realization changes everything about how you live. That is where true sustainable awareness finally begins. Now, let's turn awareness into real everyday sustainable action. Understanding sustainability means nothing without consistent daily implementation. The good news is, change starts with very small steps. You do not need to transform your entire life overnight. Start by focusing on one habit you can improve today. For example, reducing single-use plastic is an easy starting point. Carrying a reusable bottle can replace dozens of plastic ones. This simple habit reduces waste without any major effort. Another powerful step is being mindful of electricity usage. Turn off devices when they are not actively in use. Unplug chargers to prevent unnecessary energy consumption silently. These tiny actions accumulate into significant environmental savings over time. Water conservation is another area with immediate impact potential. Shortening showers can save thousands of liters annually per person. Fixing leaks prevents continuous hidden water loss in homes. Small awareness changes can drastically improve water efficiency daily. Food habits also play a critical sustainability role. Start by buying only what you actually need weekly. Plan meals to avoid unnecessary grocery overbuying and waste. Store food properly to extend freshness and reduce spoilage. Composting organic waste is another powerful sustainable habit. It turns food scraps into valuable soil nutrients naturally. Transportation choices can also be adjusted gradually over time. Walk or cycle for short distances whenever possible daily. Use public transport instead of individual car rides when feasible. These choices significantly reduce carbon emissions in cities. Sustainable living also includes mindful shopping decisions always. Choose durable products instead of cheap disposable alternatives repeatedly. Quality over quantity reduces waste and long-term spending. Repair items instead of immediately replacing them unnecessarily. This mindset shift reduces overall consumption dramatically over time. Digital sustainability is also becoming increasingly important today. Delete unnecessary files and reduce cloud storage energy usage. Avoid excessive streaming when not truly needed or necessary. Even digital habits contribute to global energy consumption significantly. Sustainability is present in both physical and digital worlds. Another important habit is supporting eco-friendly brands consciously. Companies respond when consumers demand sustainable production methods. Your purchasing power directly influences corporate environmental behavior. This makes every buying decision extremely powerful and impactful. Community involvement also strengthens sustainability efforts greatly. Join or support local environmental cleanup initiatives regularly. Participate in tree planting activities whenever opportunities arise nearby. Collective action always creates stronger environmental results than isolation. Education plays a major role in long-term sustainability success. Share knowledge with friends and family whenever possible naturally. Awareness spreads faster through conversations than formal campaigns often. Teaching children sustainability builds future responsible generations effectively. Schools and homes must work together in this mission. Another key step is tracking your environmental impact regularly. Reflect on habits that produce unnecessary waste daily. Self-awareness helps identify areas for improvement clearly over time. Progress becomes easier when you measure your small changes. Do not aim for perfection in your sustainability journey. Focus instead on consistent improvement and gradual progress. Every small step is still meaningful and valuable always. Mistakes are part of learning and growing sustainably. What matters is continuing despite occasional setbacks or failures. Sustainable living becomes easier with repetition and habit formation. Over time, these actions become automatic parts of life. You stop thinking about them as extra effort required. They simply become your normal way of living daily. That is when real transformation has fully taken place. Sustainability stops feeling like responsibility and becomes identity. This shift is what makes long-term change permanent. You begin influencing others without even trying consciously. People observe your habits and naturally begin adapting similar ones. This ripple effect multiplies environmental impact far beyond expectations. One person's change can inspire entire communities over time. Sustainable living becomes a shared movement rather than solo effort. Every action you take strengthens this global transformation process. Your daily decisions now carry long-term planetary significance. Small habits today shape the world of tomorrow. Consistency turns ordinary actions into powerful environmental change. And this is how transformation truly begins in life. Now it is time to bring everything together into final truth. Sustainability is not a trend, but a lifelong responsibility. Every choice you make leaves a lasting environmental footprint. The world does not change through one big action alone. It changes through millions of small, consistent, daily decisions. You are already part of that global system right now. The question is whether your impact is positive or negative. Every moment gives you a new opportunity to choose better. Even the smallest action can start a chain of change. Turning off a light seems insignificant but truly matters. Refusing a plastic bag seems small but creates real impact. Choosing water over bottled drinks reduces plastic waste greatly. These simple choices define the future of our planet. Sustainability is not about being perfect in every action. It is about being mindful in most of your actions. Progress always matters more than perfection in this journey. You do not need to change everything at once immediately. Start where you are with what you already have. Awareness is powerful, but action is what creates results. Without action, even the best knowledge remains useless. The planet does not need a few perfect people. It needs billions of imperfect people trying their best daily. Imagine a world where everyone reduces waste slightly. The environmental improvement would be massive and undeniable globally. That world begins with your decision today, right now. Your habits influence people more than your words ever will. Leading by example is the strongest form of inspiration. Others notice your consistency even when you do not. Change spreads silently through observation and repetition naturally. This is how movements are born and grow globally. Sustainability is also deeply connected to personal well-being. Cleaner environments lead to healthier and happier lives. Less waste creates more mental clarity and peace. Simpler living reduces stress and unnecessary daily pressure. You gain more freedom when you consume less. Sustainability is not restriction, but liberation from excess. It helps you focus on what truly matters in life. Relationships, health, and purpose become more important naturally. Material things lose their control over your happiness. You start living with intention instead of impulse. That is where real fulfillment begins to grow slowly. Every sustainable action adds meaning to your everyday life. Even failures become lessons for better future decisions. Growth is always part of the sustainability journey. You will not always get everything right immediately, but consistency will always guide you in the right direction. The environment responds positively to human effort and care. Nature heals when given the chance to recover fully. Every reduced emission helps restore ecological balance gradually. Every protected resource ensures future generations have enough. You are part of something much larger than yourself. A global shift toward responsibility is already happening worldwide. Your participation strengthens this movement every single day. You are not powerless as one individual at all. You are actually more influential than you believe deeply. Your choices create ripples far beyond your immediate surroundings. Those ripples eventually become waves of global change. The future is shaped by actions taken in present. What you do today defines tomorrow's environmental reality. Sustainability is the bridge between present and future survival. Without it, progress becomes unsustainable and destructive over time. With it, life becomes balanced and regenerative again. You now hold that responsibility in your daily hands. The journey is simple, but requires commitment and awareness. Every step forward is a victory for the planet. Every mindful decision contributes to global healing slowly. The power of change has always been within you. It was never outside your control or influence. You only needed awareness to activate that power. Now that awareness is fully in your hands, the next action you take will define your path. Choose sustainability, not once, but every single day. Let your lifestyle reflect care for the planet always. And become part of the solution the world needs. because the future truly begins with what you do today.